Hello, I'm Randy Milanovic, author of A State of Flow. Guess what just came in today? Yep, that's the author's edition of The State of Flow, first off the press from Amazon. Today we're going to talk about converting the other 95% of website visitors, and I'm going to do so by reading the book to you. Okay, we'll start with Chapter 1. In Chapter 1, we ask, or answer, the question, how do you generate online conversions? I've presented at a lot of conferences and workshops and have sat in on countless more. It doesn't matter whether there are web designers or marketers in attendance, one topic is sure to come up, leads and conversions. That's because getting visitors to a website can be a struggle, but once they arrive, converting them into leads or sales is even tougher. That's why so many people in our industry write long squeeze pages, split test aggressive buy now buttons, and experiment with annoying pop-ups. They know real-life customers hate these tactics, but find themselves desperate to improve response rates under pressure from above. While I can certainly appreciate the ways so many of my peers focus on these results, I think they're going about the job of generating conversions in one of the most difficult ways possible. In a perfect world, a visitor would come to your website, arrive at the exact page they were seeking, and take action immediately. In that hypothetical scenario, it would make sense to press as hard as you could to generate a conversion of some kind. After all, you'd have your perfect customer in front of you and at a time when they're prepared to make a purchase or set an appointment. Getting them to move forward would be in your best interest and theirs. Unfortunately, I had to use two words, perfect and hypothetical, to make sense of this approach. The fact of the matter is that lead generation very rarely works this way. Like it or not, the vast majority of visitors to your website are not decision makers who are ready to buy right now. They are potential customers who are gathering information so they can be informed when they're ready to act down the road, or just as commonly, there are people who are gathering information for the benefit of others. For these kinds of website visitors, getting access to relevant information, reliable insights, and important differentiators is the key. They want your website to help them find the resources they are looking for. Not only are hard sales techniques a distraction to them, but they can be a huge turnoff as well. This isn't a theory, it's reality. If you doubt it, then you haven't been paying attention to your web analytics. The most effective landing pages convert 5% of visitors into sales opportunities, and in most organizations or situations, that number would be almost unimaginably high. So in a best case scenario, maybe 95% of the potential business is getting away. Most of the time, it's closer to 99.5%, meaning that only 1 out of every 200 people may find a typical landing page to be useful. The goal of this book is to help you understand what most visitors want from your website, and to help you structure your pages in a way that gives it to them. That won't just decrease frustration amongst customers, it will also give you a powerful marketing edge at the same time. Finally, you'll be taking advantage of the power of that 95% or more of your website traffic. When you achieve a state of flow, you move people seamlessly from one part of your website to another. And in the process, you transform visitors into champion referrers. You take a less direct approach to winning new business and get a much bigger slice of the sales pie than your competitors do as a result. Before we dive into the details, there are a couple of things I have to point out. The first is that this guide is meant for anyone who has an interest in online lead generation. You can be a marketer who's just starting out, or an experienced web developer who is building enterprise-level platforms for your clients. And you can take what you learn here offline. Because I want this material to be accessible to everyone, I'm not going to dig into technical terms and concepts. Doing so would make it harder for business people to get the point. And frankly, I don't really think it's necessary. The ideas I have to share are effective because they are simple, not in spite of that fact. They aren't reliant on tricks, hacks, or short-term gimmicks. They work because they align with basic human psychology. That brings me to my second important point. Nothing you'll read in this guide is theoretical or untested. These concepts came to me more than a decade ago and have been tested and refined on a weekly basis ever since. First at my firm, Kayak Marketing, and then through Flow Sites, an online platform for agencies and entrepreneurs who want a simple way to build high-performance websites. Through working with more than 550 organizations, I've seen that the content and link strategy I'm sharing with you here can yield amazing results. A 5 or 10 times increase in qualified leads isn't unheard of. It turns out that giving searchers and buyers what they want truly is good for business.